Go! 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 Go, 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 go! Drive! Go! This is a mandatory evacuation order. Leave your homes. Sonoma County Sheriff's Office, mandatory evacuation order. Leave your homes. Sonoma County Sheriff's Office, mandatory evacuation order. Leave your homes. Sam 4, I'm en route till they say otherwise. Looks like everybody's leaving. There's still a few. We still need to do door to door. If we can get a unit here to do that. Sheriff's Office! Sheriff's Office! Where are you at? Where are you at?
Help, right here! Come on! Screw your shoe! Come on, she's disabled.
All right, let me get her feet. Let me get her feet.
Her husband's right behind you.
Sheriff 1, Sam 4, we're doing a carry out.
Ready?
Hold up. There's a house on fire. Let's go. Oh, you gotta get her up. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay. Watch your leg.
Sir!
You gotta go!
Get your car!
555.
Sheriff 1, Sam 4, we need to make a priority evacuation now, Mark West Springs area.
Copy that. We're trying to get the fire department to handle it.
Copy. We all have to evacuate the hill, so we're coming off now.
Copy. You're coming off the hill now.
Units up on the hill, be advised, Mark West is nearly impassable at this point. Fuck.
Your fire is on the north side.
Is at 4300 Wallace with friends.
No, fuck, I gotta get out of here.
Copy.
Oh, don't hit me. God damn it. Fuck. I gotta get out of here. I'm in a bad spot. Ooh.
Sheriff 1, 82.
82.
I'm out with a resident on Reedley. He's at 2020 Reedley. He's safe. He's got 2 tankers with 10,000 gallons of water each if fire needs it.
Okay.
Four 9 Sam 4, don't pass. Do not pass.
Grove, should we have caterers go that way?
Hey, firm. We got to keep pushing the evacuations as far west as we can. As I said, CAL FIRE advised they don't have a lot of containment, so they're going to continue to push the fire. We got to be ready to evacuate all the way to 101 in my mind. God damn!
I've heard a lot of people say, why didn't I get an Amber Alert style emergency alert sent to my phone? Why is that?
We sent alerts out. We just targeted them to a particular area. The Sheriff's Office doesn't run the system that does the emergency alert system, or the Emergency Operations Center does. And my understanding is they made the decision not to do that because they're concerned about traffic congestion and phone calls into the dispatch center. And I actually agree with them. I was there that night when this fire was going. I was there by midnight. We had people stacked in Larkfield trying to evacuate, and they couldn't get out because of the gridlock into 101. This county is heavily populated in that 101 corridor, and had we had people coming from all directions into that corridor, I'm concerned we would have had more deaths of people in their cars trying to get out. I don't think we could have handled that kind of a load in the area that it was. And again, I go back to the fact that the Sheriff's Office sent those same, in essence, the same evacuation notice to the area that was affected. So the messages went out, and I respect the fact that people didn't get some. We have to remember, it burned telephone poles and hard lines, it burned cell phone towers, 73 cell phone towers, and that fire moved so quickly that it overran first responders.
And I've also heard people say that if you were concerned for panic, if there ever was a time for panic, isn't it during a wildfire?
Yeah, but panic is what gets people killed if you panic everybody who come out onto the roads. And just as an example, there were 300 calls per hour coming into our dispatch center. That overloaded them. We send out a message to 100,000 people. We're going to get 3,000 calls. The radio traffic never stopped that night. All they were doing was trying to get deputies to houses that needed to be evacuated, and that was more important. That was a really important piece of that puzzle. So overloading the system is a big deal, so I think that the EOC made the right call that night. Sonoma County has 290,000 Nixle subscribers. We looked at it today.
And how does that compare to the population? I don't know.
500,000 in the county.
Okay, so that's a pretty good
That's
group.
a great number for something like that that's voluntary, but we're really pushing it every time, right? I want everybody on Nixle alert, and I want everybody on SoCo alert.
And what's the difference with those two? Do you get the same information for both?
So we use Nixle alerts for a wide range of things, and SoCo alert is more for emergency. So SoCo alert is like the emergency broadcast system, fires like this, things that come out of your emergency operations center. We at the sheriff's office will use that for emergencies. We will also use Nixle for press releases, road closures. So there's different levels of threshold you can pick on Nixle. So you can be notified if your neighborhood roads got closed from a traffic accident, or you can be notified just in an emergency.
Now, Lake County did choose to override the system and send out an emergency alert to every person within cell range, and they're saying no deaths in Lake County that may partially be credited to that. Still, in your opinion, it was best not to send it out.
Yeah, I don't think you compare Lake County to Sonoma County, very different areas, and I don't think you can come to a conclusion of lack of deaths because of the message went to 500,000 versus the 2,000 that were impacted. Again, we got that message out. One of the things I learned from talking to another agency is that when the phone lines come back up and some of the systems come back up, some of these phone calls sit in a queue in a computer, and people get evacuation calls 5 weeks later. So we're a little concerned about that and how that happens, but that kind of explains those people didn't get the call then because they got it now.
We're here at the Sonoma County Fairgrounds located in Santa Rosa, California at our incident base camp. This is where everything takes place to support the Central LNU complex. We start our mornings off every day 7 a.m. over here for our morning briefing. Over here we've got our communication set up for everything firefighters need to be able to communicate with each other. As you can imagine, with an incident of this size and complexity, there's a lot of different communications channels that need to be utilized. In the distance over here in this blue barn is where our supply unit is. That's where the firefighters go to resupply for anything that they need as far as gear, hose, or anything of that nature. Over here is where we do our feeding. We actually have 2 mobile kitchen units set up. This is such a large incident. We have almost 4,500 firefighters. And the firefighters come in here in the morning, they get their briefing, they get fed, get their supplies. Over here you can see there's tents even where we sleep some of the firefighters that are here. A lot of parking off in the distance, as well as everything we need: fuel, water, food, showers, trailer row off in the distance. That's all of our support that we need: clerical support, employee support. Everything we need is located here at the Sonoma County Fairgrounds.